Hi, good morning to everyone. I'm Dr.D.Radhasri, Assistant Professor in Department of Commerce. Today we are going to see about the functional accounting. In the functional accounting, we are going to see about the depreciation of the straight line method. Let me see about what is the straight line method. Straight line method is a method of accounting for depreciation that assume an asset less value at a constant rate. In the straight line method, when we compare to the first year, what is the amount? For example, we can say about the amount of depreciation is 1000 is lessing for the first year. The same process will be taken for the final year also. When the machine is selling, we can able to identify what is the depreciation for the usage of the machinery. We can able to identify and put in the straight line method. The amount does not change in the straight line method when we are purchasing a goods or anything machinery. For example, we can say a company is purchasing a machinery for 3 lakhs. Okay, in the 3 lakh, that will be calculating the depreciation amount as the 10 percentage. It can be useful by the 10 percentage by losing the goods of the machines in the various year. It can be calculated by the straight line method. For the process of goods can be supplied. In that way only it can be take place by the goods and take place by the applying for the straight line method. In that way only it can be easily identify the amount of accounting for the depreciation that assume at a straight line method of losses. In that way can be take place by the straight line. The straight line of the depreciation expenses, cost salvage values and the useful time of the values. In that way only the reason to choose straight line method of depreciation in a simple and easier way of calculation applying for the 3 minutes. It can be explained by the applying of the depreciation amount, improving the investment decision making process and allocating the movable of the price in the matching principles of tax benefits and ensuring compliance with the IFRS and GAAP caps. The reason of choosing the straight line method, we can be able to identify the process. It can be take place to solving a goods in the state of the value, the cost solving value also and the useful time of the fine. It can be able to easily identify the good process of going in the value. In the for example, we can say we are purchasing a machinery. What the amount of depreciation is calculated in the first year, for the till the end of the final year also it can be same amount of depreciation is calculated. In that way only it can be easily identify the process. In that reason only we can able to allocate the things. That way only the statement method of the goods when we are purchasing or selling, it can be easily calculated as the depreciation per unit, cost, salvage values and total estimated use of the product. It can be converted into the depreciation expenses and in the depreciation per unit and in the allocation unit of product of the year. In the way only it is take place by the value of the goods by awaiting the goods taken in the good way of the allocating the purpose of the goods can be handled in the different way. In the process only it is taken by the goods taken by the value by approaching the goods it can be take place. In the way only it is process of the goods depreciation per unit and allocation unit of the product in the area. Depreciation as an expense of the calculation depreciation per unit. It can be take place by the process. It is easily finalized and it can be calculated by the seconds of the year. Amount can be calculated by the different straight line depreciation. In the process only it is take place by the value of putting into the goods of the good value of the straight line method. In the process it is take place by the depreciation is calculated in the amount of value it can be reduced in the given sections. In that way only it is take place by the proper way connection and the allocation of the goods can be take place by the proper way of traveling of their goods. This is the straight line method of depreciation. in that way. Thank you for listening the depreciation activities.